There comes a moment in every person's life when the path grows dark, when the obstacles tower higher than mountains, and the voices of doubt echo louder than thunder. It is in these moments that the majority falter, surrendering their dreams at the altar of temporary defeat. They call it failure. They call it the end. But history whispers a different story. Defeat is never final, and failure is never permanent, unless you choose to quit. The greatest power ever discovered by humankind is not electricity, not the splitting of the atom, not the rise of machines or the mapping of the stars. The greatest power is persistence, the quiet, unrelenting force that bends reality itself. It is the single thread that ties together every story of greatness, from the inventors who reshaped our world to the leaders who carried nations on their shoulders. Persistence is the weapon that turns ordinary men and women into legends. Thomas Edison did not light the world because he was the smartest man alive. He lit it because he refused to accept darkness. 10,000 failed experiments were not enough to break him. Each shattered attempt was nothing more than a stepping stone toward the inevitable triumph of light. He understood what most people never grasp, that persistence is not blind repetition, but faith made visible. Faith that beyond failure lies victory. Consider Abraham Lincoln, defeated in business, crushed in politics, broken by personal tragedy. Time and time again, the world told him he was finished. But Lincoln's heart carried a deeper truth. Persistence would carve a path where logic and probability said none existed. He rose from defeat after defeat until he became the man who would hold a fractured nation together. His legacy was not born of luck, but of the refusal to quit. What is persistence? It is the inner decision that quitting is not an option. It's the daily act of showing up when the results have not yet shown themselves. It is continuing to swing the axe even when the tree seems unshakable, knowing that one day, one strike will bring it crashing down. Yet persistence is more than survival. It is the birthplace of mastery. Every artist who ever painted beauty into the world began with a canvas smeared with mistakes. Every musician who moves your soul once endured endless hours of discordant notes. Every entrepreneur who builds an empire first walked through deserts of doubt, rejection, and ridicule. Persistence transforms chaos into clarity, weakness into strength, vision into reality. Do not mistake persistence for stubbornness. Stubbornness clings to what is broken. Persistence adapts, learns, and presses forward. Henry Ford did not simply insist on making cars. He persisted in creating a system so efficient that the automobile became the birthright of the average worker. Walt Disney did not merely draw cartoons. He persisted until fantasy itself became tangible, until entire worlds of imagination rose from swamps and orange groves. Their dreams were ridiculed, their ideas rejected, yet persistence made mockery bow to reality. And what of you? You who stand at the edge of your own potential, staring at the chasm between who you are and who you wish to become. Perhaps you have stumbled. Perhaps you have failed. Perhaps you are tired of the battle. Hear this truth. Persistence is not reserved for the chosen few. It is not a gift bestowed by fate. It is a decision, a choice you must make each day, each hour, each moment. You were not born to quit. You were not designed to surrender. The very fabric of life itself testifies to this truth. Look at nature. The seed does not give up when buried in darkness. It pushes through soil, stone, and storm until it finds the light. The river does not stop when met with boulders. It carves a canyon. The stars themselves burn through endless night, declaring with every spark, persistence is the law of existence. But here is where most falter. They expect persistence to be glamorous. They expect the grind to feel heroic. It rarely does. Persistence often feels like monotony, like repetition, like moving in circles. It is showing up to the gym when no one notices, writing the pages no one reads, making the calls no one answers. Persistence is often invisible. But make no mistake, the invisible work is the foundation of the visible triumph. Think of the miner who strikes the wall again and again, for months, for years. The stone resists, the sweat pours, nothing changes until the moment it does. One final strike reveals the vein of gold, and the world calls it a miracle. But the miracle was persistence. You must understand. The world rewards those who stay the course long after others have walked away. It rewards the entrepreneur who refuses to surrender after the first product fails. It rewards the student who studies until mastery is inevitable. It rewards the leader who keeps showing up when no one believes anymore. Persistence is the toll you must pay for greatness, and few are willing to pay it. The weak quit because the road is long. The strong persist because they know the road is the way. You see, quitting is seductive because it offers relief. It tells you, stop now and the pain ends. But quitting does not end the pain, it only transfers it. The pain of persistence is temporary. The pain of quitting lasts forever. One is the price of progress, the other is the debt of regret. Every man or woman who ever changed the world carried this one truth. Persistence breaks resistance. Resistance will mock you. Resistance will delay you. Resistance will whisper that you are not enough. But resistance cannot outlast persistence. If you refuse to quit, you cannot be defeated. You can be delayed, but not destroyed. You can be wounded, but not broken. Time itself will eventually kneel before the one who does not stop moving forward. But persistence must be fueled by vision. To persist without vision is to wander. The champions of history were not merely stubborn. They were relentless because they knew where they were going. Carnegie envisioned steel cities before they were built. Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed of freedom when the chains still clattered. Their persistence was not born of chance, but of clarity. So ask yourself, what is your vision? What fire burns in your soul that quitting would extinguish? What dream demands your loyalty, no matter the setbacks, no matter the mockery, no matter the storms? Find it, and you will find the wellspring of persistence. Discipline will keep you moving when motivation fades. Faith will keep you believing when evidence is absent. But persistence is the bridge between vision and victory. It is the daily proof of your commitment to the life you were born to live. And yes, persistence requires sacrifice. The road will strip you of comfort, of certainty, of applause. It will test your endurance, your patience, your courage. But know this, every sacrifice you make in persistence is not lost, it is invested. Every hour you dedicate, every tear you shed, every rejection you endure, these are not wasted. They are seeds planted in the soil of destiny, waiting for their appointed season to bloom. Look again at history. Edison, Lincoln, Ford, Disney. They were not superhuman. They were ordinary men who made extraordinary decisions. They refused to surrender. And because of that, the world remembers their names. The truth is, you already carry this same power. You have within you the persistence that has built empires, cured diseases, explored continents, and lifted humanity from caves to cities of light. You may not feel it now. You may feel weary, beaten, or lost. But persistence does not require you to feel strong. It only requires you to continue. One step, one strike, one more day. That is persistence, and that is where greatness begins.